Bone marrow stew. I buy femur bones at $3.39 a pound, and for a few extra bucks, Francisco the butcher will run those femurs through a bandsaw, cutting and grinding the cow's leg into thick bone chunks that he piles into an orange plastic bag. In that orange bag, the bone chunks curve like the spine of a tiger. I'm not interested in the bone. It's the gooey marrow that I need. Bone marrow stew isn't hard to make. Just turn up the heat and roast the bones. Kinda like chemo, my mama would laugh. Bone marrow stew starts with oil-soaked bones laid out on a greased baking pan, pushed into a 400-degree oven. It's the same temperature Sylvia Plath used to bake her skull. In the oven, those bones will roast till the marrow turns into hot and greasy magma. The stench of the roasting bones cling to the corners of the kitchen like a dirty ghost, and it reminds Mama and I that the gods are lurching, ready to feast on my mama's brown body. The first time I made bone marrow stew, the stench drove the neighbors mad, but when they saw the living skeleton that chemo had cooked out of my mama, well, they shut the fuck up. The shame in the neighbors' eyes glistened like the greasy marrow of the roasted bones. Bone marrow stew was Anthony Bourdain's death row meal and my mama's last meal. Together we licked up those fat butter bones while sitting under the mesquite tree, avoiding the desert sun. These would be her last desert sunsets. At night, she'd glow from the chemo, gnawing on her bones. A week before she died, she told me that the nurses at her chemotherapy session treated her like cattle, measuring her femurs and setting the ovens, all the while salivating over the prospect of bone marrow stew. And that's how you lie to a customs agent.